let the footage speak for itself. We'll play it behind us right now.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that shot. I love that shot.
Yeah, I love that one.
I think we started out this project feeling like we were going to have to artificially create a lot of the scenarios to end up with the best result, the best representation of this company. And ultimately it became a process of just showing. Just stepping back and letting their actions, their people, their ethos shine through.
It's just so hard to differentiate when you just got people looking at spreadsheets with hundreds of different cannabis companies on them. We had to be understood. We had to correct these misperceptions about us.
That was like probably the hardest part of the project, was that we had to figure out not just who they were, but how they wanted to be understood. And with that understanding, gain trust. So we had to speak with their voice, right? We had to basically take our brains and simulate, if we had given them all of our knowledge and creative sensibilities, like we had uploaded it all to the cloud and then downloaded it into Kyle Kingsley's brain, what's the kind of film he would make to best express his company?
Yeah, I feel like I've done my part to sort of insert some vision into what is Goodness Growth Holdings. And now there's hundreds of other visions that are complementary and augmenting what I started. And the vision is grown beyond me now.
For anyone who's watched that now, they sit down with us, there's a much, there's a clear difference in the way that, I think they think about us.
I feel like we ended up making two separate movies that play directly in line with each other. We created the investor video that they initially set out to make, that they initially wanted.
Yeah.
Because it starts out very clearly laying out from a financial standpoint exactly why you should invest. Mm-hmm. And it's compelling. Mm-hmm. And then we throw on, from an emotional standpoint, what good they're doing, why you should invest.
Yeah, why should you invest, and also why should you care?
Exactly.
In tandem.
I distinctly remember within the first few weeks, our office is in the basement of our Minneapolis dispensary, and I remember hearing the pitter-patter of little feet up there, and I knew it was one of our first seizure patients, and that was pretty satisfying to have that little person get relief from this simple plant.
As a clinician myself, and that means my entire career I've devoted to that patient in front of me.
After one day, Haley was smiling. After a week, she was sitting up and she was alert. After a month on the medication, Haley was standing, interacting with her sister, reaching for toys. We met her for the first time in almost 10 years.
There was so much pressure, there was so much money involved, there were so many dreams on the line.
Our own included.
Our own included, but from the client side, the plan for this production that they put forward to us, like the creative brief, was essentially a list of topics that they wanted included. And that's it. Just a list of topics and, who we could talk to. The rest was up to Current Resident as a production company to figure out how to make. And yes, McKade and I were creative leads, but the reason that it happened, the reason that we could get all of this done in 4 months was because of the attentive and thorough management of the project from CR. like everything had to happen exactly as it did in order for this to be made and be as good as it was. It took everything, you know, being given by everybody involved.
To think of the 100,000 patients that we've touched and even more in the future.